Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Alan. Ellen, good morning, TSBB. It is Radio Plays It, and a very good morning to you, and a very good morning to everyone that's on TikTok this morning. TSBB, we see you. Ellen, we see you. Kashifa, good morning. Mark, how are you all doing? If you're wondering, who is this lovely lady that is on the screen right now? Her name is Lindy Elmes, and she is with us this morning because Tanda Rose van Adelbaden was like, Miller, we have got a monkey lady. Are you keen? And I was like, absolutely. Because in KZN, there is no gray area. You either absolutely love monkeys and you want to put out feeding stations and you want to give them all the things, or you're the opposite side, where you can't handle them and they're a pest to you and you want to get rid of them. And with us this morning is a woman who, look, yes, she definitely is on the side of preserving them, but she also understands conservation, and you can love a monkey and not try and feed a monkey. So Lindy, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Morning, Kelly. Lovely to be here.
So I know that you had a rescue this morning, which is why you were a little bit late. How's the rescue going?
Yeah. So we were called out last night for that a male monkey. It looked like he had a poisoning, was foaming at the mouth, but a little bit too mobile to catch. And I was called out again this morning on my way here, and I turned back to see if I could help him. It wasn't in a good way, but he managed to get up a tree. So I'll be going back this afternoon just to observe and see if he can move on or if we need to help him.
And how does one catch a monkey?
Depending on the injury, so if they're not too mobile, or the little ones, we learn to catch by hand, but a big boy like that, I wouldn't risk, with him being so mobile, I would trap him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Lindy, I'm just going to get straight into it. Before we go any further, we have got two sides of the coin. And a listener or someone watching on TikTok right now is either going to be the, we love monkeys, they were here first, or they're going to be the, we can't stand them, we need to get rid of them. From a perspective of the fact that as humans, we have removed their habitat, and then we have started feeding, which has become a thing that has boosted their breeding because there's so much food available. Let's go straight to your perspective. And again, everything we're asking you is your perspective. And if you don't want to answer anything, if you don't know, you can just say, I don't know. When it comes to feeding of monkeys, what is your honest opinion here?
Okay, so Kelly, the feeding them doesn't increase the breeding. That it's an incorrect statement from what we're seeing, because the females only start breeding at the age of 4, and they only have one baby a year. They can have twins, but it's very seldom that they have twins. So they're not able to have two babies in the year. So they're only having one baby a year, and 1 out of 4 babies survives. But what's actually happening in the area is, because of the development, more troops are moving into the area. The members in the troops seem to be getting smaller in my area.
Which is your area?
Belita area.
Okay.
Yeah. And but more troops in the area, which makes it look like more monkeys because of the massive development there.
And if we had to say, because I mean, you say it's not often to see twins, in Mhlanga we see a weirdly lot of moms carrying two. Does it ever happen that a mom monkey takes her friend's baby and looks after it for the day?
Very, very seldom, and they wouldn't be able to feed. So they normally, sometimes they would lose a baby, they'd lose the weakest one. But I've definitely seen twins being carried to full term, a couple of years.
Yeah, okay, because I was saying, actually, like when they hold the little babies underneath them, it's very sweet. But I've seen these poor women or these poor little monkeys with 2 of them. I'm like, that's a lot, woman. Okay.
That's a lot.
So now feeding of the monkeys. So there's a group of people that say this food is going to go to waste. It's something I'm not going to use. I would rather just put it outside and let the monkeys have it. And I get that. I actually do get that, because you're going to throw it away anyway. But then you're feeding the monkeys. I know someone who hand feeds monkeys. So from that perspective, are we making it worse for us as humans, or we're making it worse for them? Or...
So, Kelly, we're definitely making it worse. We should definitely not be feeding them. It becomes easy food for them. So they stop foraging and they start looking for unnatural food, which is not healthy for them either. So what we're doing in our area, we've going with the government's backing. We are planting trees in the green belts that feed the monkeys, the berries and barks and the different fruits that the monkeys eat. Not human fruits, because otherwise we'll get people going in and taking the fruits. But the indigenous trees, getting them back into the green belt to try and get the monkeys to start eating naturally again, but in the correct areas, out of the houses and into the right areas.
But now they've tasted sweets and breads and cakes and chocolates and chips. And I was telling you the other day, I was in Mhloti and I went for a walk with a friend, and there was one or two monkeys. They had straight up gone into someone's house. The one had a packet of Lay's or something, and it was eating the Lay's or Doritos or whatever. Another one had a thing of bread rolls. These are foods that they are choosing, as humans do, over the natural food. So what would make, even if we planted trees in the Greenbelt, what would make them choose a tree when they know they can just get in through our windows and go and get a chocolate and chips?
So it's such a simple process. Just don't leave food out. Don't leave your food out. They won't come in. They're opportunists, so they don't come looking for. If they see something, they're going to come in. But I know they're open cupboards, so you've got to.
I was about to say, Lindy, I walked in the other day to look. I thought that I'd been ransacked by humans.
Yeah.
Every single cupboard was open. They even ate my friend's medication.
Yeah, they do. But to start off with, you need to get your cupboards locked, even to put elastics over, or just until they learn that there's nothing in there for them. I've got big glass sliding windows that I never close, ever. They're open now with me not being home. But I've got a big plush teddy bear there with big eyes that sits and looks at the window, and they're terrified of that. They're not going to come in.
How big is the plush teddy?
It's a child size. But it doesn't have to be. It's with the heads about... yeah.
So the teddy scares them.
Yeah, they do get used to things like that. So you do have to change them up every now and then. But
because the fake snake has done nothing at my house.
They get used to that as well. Yeah.
All right. So from your perspective, do you feel that we have got a monkey problem?
I think there's a lot of monkeys in the area. But it's coexisting with them, and a lot of people say, but there's not natural predators. The monkeys that are getting killed by cars, by pellet shootings, by electrocution, and poisoning is it's unbelievable. We lose.
Oh, really?
Unbelievable. In our area, we've got to keep a stats report, and we lose between 20 and 35 monkeys a month with those 4 human interactions.
Okay, but 20 to 35 monkeys a month, if we were looking at natural predators, that would be one animal eating a day.
Yeah.
Which in the wild, it's a little number, isn't it?
Yeah, that I can't answer because I haven't studied them in the wild, so I don't know. I wouldn't know the answer to that.
I see what you're saying, but if you just look at the mortality, and obviously I don't know natural causes, what happens, but if there's one being taken out a day, then I guess we are in essence the new natural predator.
Exactly.
Be it the car or the pellet gun's a bit rough, eh?
Very rough.
And then the poisoning. Is it illegal to take out a monkey?
Definitely, 100%. So you're not. The law says that you're not allowed to injure any animals. There is a law against that. Shooting, you're not allowed to shoot in a built-up area. Never mind kill an animal. So
shooting, and you mean even with a pellet gun or whatever?
Pellet gun, any air gun isn't allowed to be shot in a.
What if it's in my house and I feel threatened?
I'm not sure of that. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm asking kind of devil's advocate questions here because for anyone who's listening is going to presume that you're going to side with the monkey. And I did say to Lindy before the interview, I was like, I'm going to ask both sides of the question because personally, I've had days where I want to flip and annihilate monkeys, but I couldn't actually do the thing, you know. I couldn't personally take out a monkey, but I do get frustrated by them because I find them incredibly annoying. However, then you just see the one little one and you're like, oh, okay, actually you're so cute. What could we do if we go, okay, cool, I understand that even though I find them annoying or I love them, I need to be able to live in harmony with them. What are some things that I could do? So you've already mentioned locking your cupboards, which is annoying, but I get it.
It is.
And putting food away.
Yeah, only until they've learned that there's nothing in there. As I say, they know there's nothing in my house. I don't even leave a bread crust out if it's on a plate. I throw everything away and make everything.
But don't they go into your bin? They open my bin and they turn it out to try and get anything.
We've got clips on our bins. I clip the bins. You've got to do what you need to do.
So as if you were living in a place with bears, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, and then. There was another question you asked.
So what else do we need to do to make sure that we can live with the monkeys and kind of still... I mean, I don't feel like I'm the alpha when the monkeys are around. I'm petrified of them. The boys don't care. Like, if there's a guy around, they seem a little bit more skeptical. But if it's just me, those monkeys run amok around me. And even my lady housemate, they just don't for us. So what could we do to monkey-proof our lives that we can live happily?
So monkey screens is a very good idea. It keeps insects out as well, keeps the monkeys out. At least you can keep your windows open because, with the humidity here, we can't close the house every time the monkeys come around.
Exactly.
But those monkey screens are completely see-through. They're beautiful. They're really, really nice. And just close them when the monkeys come around. And if you're going out, just close the monkey screens. It's also very simple to keep them out.
So even now at my last flat, they had the monkey screen. It was a little bit of a bigger mesh, but it was still the monkey screen. And they just peeled it from the top corner. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe
they're very smart.
Better quality monkey screens.
But this is the thing, is that we're dealing with incredibly smart animals that don't feel like anyone is above them.
So also another thing that's a very simple thing. Some people say, I can't get out my house to go to my car. Take a feather duster with you. You don't need, or a little water pistol. The feather dusters they're terrified of.
Really?
Yeah. So,
okay, let's look at things that monkeys are terrified of, because we want to not have to deal, but we don't want to hurt. And when you mentioned now the massive teddy bear with the big eyes, love that idea. Someone also told me about a laser shooter, a laser pointer, a green laser pointer. I don't know if they, in their DNA, realize that a pointing laser means it could be a gun or something. I have used the laser pointer before, and I have seen them kind of get a fright, but even then, they kind of get over it.
Yeah, they do. They get used to it. The laser I haven't tried, but I have heard that it does work. So I'm going to give it a bash.
Yeah, one of my friends in conservation, because I said, I understand. I'm not going to actually do anything to a monkey, even if I'm annoyed. But I need to do something, and I can't always just be walking around with a water pistol.
Or a feather duster.
And but I never knew about the feather duster. So they suggested to me that the laser pointer, and it has worked. It definitely has worked. But what else would you suggest? So laser and or big teddy bear. The fake snake doesn't do anything. We know that. Water feather dusters.
Yes, yeah. So the other thing, if you have got a monkey in your house, always make sure you don't block his entrance or his exit. Sorry, wherever he's come in, he's probably going to go out. So you get behind him, and with a feather duster, just move him out gently. If you block the exit, they panic and
could become aggressive.
Yeah.
Like any animal.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
You corner any animal.
Lindy, if I'm driving and a monkey runs in front of me, I have not tried to run it over. It literally runs in front of me. Now I'm in a situation where I've knocked over a monkey. Do I need to stop? What is the thing that I do? I mean, obviously now I'm on a busy road. I've knocked a monkey. Part of me is like, flip, I've knocked a monkey. What do I do? But the other part's like, I'm not going to stop my car now on this freeway. Who do you call? And again, what are the legalities of hitting a monkey? Would it be considered a hit and run if you continue?
No, it wouldn't be considered a hit and run, not that I'm aware of. But if you could send a pin location, we'll get somebody out there. I also work very closely with Crow in Yellow Park, so we sort of cover the areas we can, and we've got connected with people all along. So if it's not in my area, I'll get somebody in that area to go out. And while we go out, sometimes they're just concussed and they look dead, and they're not. And then we just hold them for a few days, treat them, and get them back to their troops. But just going back onto me saying we getting between 20 and 35 animals that's only my one organisation that knows. So the others.
I see.
So it could be triple the amount or even more. But that's only
just
what I know of. Yeah. So there's a lot that I don't know about. Sorry, I'm just going back to that.
And you know what? Whether monkeys you find annoying or not, there's something to be said about a human who just blankly can hurt an animal. It says a lot about a person and I know whether they're frustrating or not, we need to, and I mentioned the bears because if you happen to live in like California, for example, you have these specific bear bins and you don't leave anything in your car that smells like food because it will rip your car apart. And just because monkeys are not as big as bears, maybe they aren't as frightening, but they can be. And like you said, if they get cornered or something, they can be aggressive. Then if you have an aggressive monkey, and then if, for example, a scratch or, God forbid, a bite happens, then you've got issues. Do you have any issues with pets and monkeys? And how do we keep our pets monkey safe?
So... yeah, that's also a big one that happens. Another big one that happens, dog attacks. Dogs do attack the monkeys, but again, the monkeys do irritate the dogs because they want to play with them. So they irritate them, then the dogs get aggressive.
The monkeys want to play with the dogs?
Yeah, they irritate them. They pull their tail. Or they
really?
Yeah, they're literally playing. They don't attack. They don't just attack for nothing, but they will irritate the dogs, and then the dogs get aggressive, and usually the monkey comes off worse. Yeah.
If someone had to say to you, Lindy, I've got children and dogs at home. How do I know when a monkey is in an aggressive state? Or how do I know if a monkey is calm and just passing by? Like, how are there telltale signs from a monkey behavior, for example, if it's a single male alone, just always, no matter what, leave them, or if it's a mom with babies, how do you know when, like, pull the animals and the kids inside, and when is it fine?
So that's also difficult to answer because every situation's different, and they're wild animals, they're unpredictable, so I can't say what may or may not happen. But don't get in the way in the way of their babies. They will get aggressive. Or anyone that's injured, if you get in the way of an injured animal, a monkey, they could become aggressive.
So your entire life, basically, is then dealing with an aggressive monkey because you're always dealing with injured monkeys.
Most of the time. And I can promise you that I've had to take babies that have been really, really badly injured and only on extreme cases, because we try and keep the babies out there and not take them if we don't need to. But I've had the troops on me, and I literally keep them off with a little blanket. I don't have anything else. I've got a baby monkey in one hand, a little blanket, chewing these big aggressive bull monkeys that are trying to attack me to get the baby back.
Have you ever had any amazing stories of going somewhere and a monkey recognizing you as like that moment when it somehow that it knows that you helped it?
I have many, but I have one particular one, a monkey we called Angel. She had a snare wrapped around her waist, and she was just extremely clever. She just would not go in the trap. She wouldn't go near me. So what I did is chase the troop away every time they came near me, and then I would feed her seeds. And so when I would go, and it took me 5 months to catch her. I was there every day.
And she had, what did she have around her waist?
It was a snare. So, and she was pregnant. She became pregnant in this time.
While she had the snare?
Yeah. So
yes, these boys just don't care, hey? They just don't.
Yeah, but it was, the baby would not have been able to be, she wouldn't have been able to give birth with that around her. But it got to the stage that when I go to the troop, they would all run away from me, and she would come like a puppy, which is not what we want. So
of course.
What did happen is we did catch her eventually, and they did a C-section, removed the baby. The baby survived for 2 days. Unfortunately, it was just too prem. We stitched her up, held her until she recovered, and took her back out. And then the heartbreaking part was I had to go now and chase her off. So she didn't come to me anymore.
No.
Yeah. Oh. But for her safety, I had to. And she doesn't. I go out and just check on her every now and then, and she doesn't come to me anymore, which is what we want.
Oh, okay. But that's like the heartbreaking, but also there's like the Disney story version of us that wants that closeness.
Yeah.
And what happens if someone somehow finds a baby monkey, and their idea is, oh yeah, I've got a pet monkey? What do we say to these people?
Please no, please. But firstly, by the time that little one's 3 to 4 months old, you're already going to be over it. They are just so hectic. They're not pets. Even with myself, if I get a baby monkey, I don't, and because it's now, if it's lost its mom, and I take it on and hold it for 2 weeks and then have to release it to a rehab, it's now lost its mom, now it's lost me as well. So it's a double loss. So if I get babies in now, they go straight up to the rehab centre on the day so that they can start their journey being integrated into a troop again and back out into the wild.
If someone does find a monkey or by mistake hurt a monkey, or you no, I'll leave the last question separately. Who do you phone? Do you phone you? Do you phone Crow? Is the monkey helpline? What is the first kind of call that you make if there's an injured monkey or a monkey that you think might even be dead but definitely is not okay?
Any of us. You can call any of those numbers. We all connect with each other. So if you phone Crow or Monkey Helpline and they know, and it's in Belito, they'll connect me. If it's in Monkey Helpline's area, so whoever's in the area will do the rescue. Yeah.
Okay, and if similar question but a little bit different. So let's say I'm living next door to Devik. Devik sees me try to shoot a monkey or poison a monkey, and Devik's like, this is not great. Who can Devik phone? And would that be like telltaling? Would he phone you and say, Lindy, my neighbor, her name's Kerry, I've seen her shooting monkeys? Then what happens?
So there is a process. We do work with the law on that. We're not law enforcement, so we can only take the reports and pass it on to law enforcement, and they will proceed with prosecutions. If they've got enough evidence, they will prosecute, and it is a 5-year jail sentence.
What?
5-year jail sentence for shooting an animal. Yeah.
For shooting an animal or a monkey?
Well,
is it? I mean, so it's across the board.
Across the board. Yeah.
5 years in jail for shooting a monkey.
In a built-up area.
So if it's not shooting, if it's someone ran over the monkey and or someone poisoned the monkey, also 5 years. Or is the shooting the one?
No, shooting is intentional. It's intentional. And the poisoning often is secondary poisoning. So somebody's put rat eggs out and the monkey's got the rat eggs. It's not normally a whole troop that's being poisoned. There have been troops that have been poisoned. And there've been cases opened about that. It's also you can't do that. It's harming an animal.
God, yeah. And what is the lifespan of a vervet monkey?
But I think it's about 20-25 years.
What?
I'm not 100%.
That's long. Yeah. I can look it up as well.
Yeah, please.
That is
know that.
That is the lifespan. Sure, but they live for a long time. And are they? They're not monogamous, are they? The way that I see these boys, I don't think that they're sticking to one mate.
No. I think they've got a dominant male in the troop.
Oh, of course. Yes. Yeah, and so it says in captivity 20 to 30 years. In the wild, 10 to 12, 15. Okay, so it depends. Because think about it, when they're living here, it's kind of captive. There's not very much wild here. So I presume that 20 years would be right. So literally decades. It says, if you... a vervet monkey, you're signing up for like a 20-year relationship with that monkey. Yeah. That's crazy. Okay, so before we let you go, it's already 9 o'clock. I can't believe how the time's flown. If you have monkeys in your area, some things to remember. Your bins must be clipped. Monkeys are smart. They will open your bins and then they will put everything everywhere. Don't leave any food out. Not a crumb, not a crust. Don't have the fruit bowl. You're asking for problems then. Your cupboards need to be locked. They really don't like feather dusters. They're not a fan of water, so like a water pistol.
Yeah.
The laser pointer can work, just with like humans as well. Don't put Chandra in the eyes. The big teddy bear with massive eyes will work for a while.
And monkey screens.
Monkey screens, yes. Monkey screens, which also seem like a bit of a cost.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Initially.
But if you don't want monkeys in your house, those are a few things that you can do to prevent them coming in. So,
and then your dog food, will they go for your dog food outside?
Not 100%. They probably would. But bird feeders, if somebody says they're not feeding the monkeys, they're feeding the birds, are you feeding the monkeys?
Kelly, are you listening to this? This is the thing. The bird feeders, and it's so nice to have a bird feeder, right? It's great, but the monkeys are coming for the bird food.
But another thing is the bird feeders also spread disease among the birds, because you get birds with diseases feeding on them. The other birds come in and pick up the diseases from what those birds have left through droppings and things. So
are you saying no bird feeders?
We should not be feeding. We should not be feeding wildlife.
We shouldn't be feeding wildlife. Well, Lindy, that you've just dropped a little bomb there. All right, we should not be feeding wildlife, full stop. Lindy, how does someone get hold of you if they do have any more questions? Maybe they want to be a part of this. They want to volunteer some time to help. Amazing. Or they just want to get hold of you because they maybe do have a monkey that needs some help. How does someone get hold of Lindy?
Can I give you my number?
You absolutely may.
It's 083 607 4498.
All right, so the number is for Lindy, 083-607-4498. And also just look online for CROW, it's the Center for the Rehabilitation of Wildlife. And you can also look for Monkey Helpline. Everyone will help you. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And good luck with your the rest of your savings this afternoon. I hope that you get him.
I hope so.
I hope that you get him safely.
Thank you. Thank you very
3
much.
minutes after 9, this is Radio Play ZN. It's time now for your news and traffic.
Is that okay?